In a recent post I made, I talked about the squat and the variations from power squatting, speed squatting, and specifically to the post was about squatting for hypertrophy and being able to maintain tension. The biggest problem I find is people don't generate the force from the floor. So 3 key things that I see really highlight how ineffective the exercise is for people. One is when they squat down, they lean forward. You put your arms up for me, Reed, and do a squat. They lean forward and the body actually leans forward onto his toes. So you'll see people leaning forward, they're very, very unstable. The second one is they squat and they lean back and they're not actually getting any range, so we're going to get no hamstring and glute recruitment. And the third one is when actually somebody is down in a deep squat, they're going to lead from the hips first, lead from the hip, go down. So they're going to lead from the hips first without coming through the floor. So what we often find is that people lead up from the hips and then come forward. I often refer this to as like a stripper squat. Now, what we want to see, if you face the camera for me, is to maintain tension through the floor. So the tip for this video is when you get down to a deep squat position, a perfect squat position, so elbows up, we're going to squat down, and he's going to stay in this position here. Now what I want to see, and you see there's not a lot of stability through his calves, through the hamstrings, through the glutes. So it's a little bit wobbly. Okay, stand up. So what I want you to get to do is, before you squat down, I want you to think about contracting everything from the calf through to the feet, through to the hamstrings and glutes and quads when you're at the bottom of the movement. So I'm going to get Reed to make sure that contraction is all the way down. So Reed's going to go down. And when he's at the bottom, I want you to contract everything. Feet, calves, quads, hamstrings, glutes, chest up. Okay, now holding that position there, he's a lot more rigid. And then when he drives up, he's going to generate the force from the floor. That maximizing contraction through the hamstrings, the glutes, the quads, and making it such a more effective exercise for developing hypertrophy, and then you can apply the tension to it. So remember, if you're somebody that leads from the hips, you're not generating the tension through the floor, and you're not going to be generating the tension through the hamstrings, the quads, and the glutes efficiently and effectively to develop hypertrophy through the lower body.